Ready?
Yes.
I'm ready. There you go. How do I start these again? How you doing? Let's just mouth with you.
Might include that.
Hello, Lieutenant Jones from the Utah County Sheriff's Office here. I'm here today with Sergeant Spencer Cannon, also from the Utah County Sheriff's Office. Say hello, Spencer.
Hello, Spencer.
Hello, Spencer. So we've got a couple things to talk about today, but we're going to kind of focus on this one in particular. So here's the deal. What do we know about sacrifice? What do you know about sacrifice?
That it generally doesn't feel good while it's happening, but it sometimes is and most times maybe is for a good thing.
So is there a time that you can think of when you felt some kind of a sacrifice? You did something that made you uncomfortable, maybe you became a better person from?
Yeah. I mean, there's been a number of times over my life where it's happened, where I've done something, and it doesn't even have to be the greatest thing in the world. It can be as simple as, letting one of my kids have the other half of the candy bar that I really like.
Oh, okay, that's great, Spencer.
It's a minor sacrifice, but yeah.
How about a major sacrifice?
Major sacrifice, giving up. We had kind of an interesting one not too long ago. My wife and I had a trip planned to Arizona to a concert we've been wanting to go to for many years now. And our daughter had a baby who had some medical problems, and we needed to stay home. We gave up that trip to this concert that we wanted to go to so that we could be with our grandson.
Nice.
It was difficult, but it was very well worth it.
Sure. It's always worth it, right?
Yeah.
At least that's what we tell ourselves. So the sacrifice I want to talk about is I almost ran out of toilet paper last year. I mean, it got to a point where I was like, what am I going to do? I was at 3 a.m. at Walmart trying to find toilet paper and some flour. And I mean, I thought I was going to die twice from it, but I survived.
A lot of people experienced similar things. Yeah.
Oh, they did?
Last year.
Oh, so I'm not unique in that?
No, but it doesn't mean that your sacrifice means any less to you.
Okay, well, let's talk about real sacrifice, should we? Imagine if you will, leave that in because I kind of like that. But imagine if it's possible for you to be a 20-year-old and you've joined the Navy and you're on a ship in Hawaii and you're going to go to church that day or whatever you do. It's a Sunday, nice, bright, good day, thoughts about going maybe to the beach later that day. You know the world is at war, but the United States isn't at the time. So you're just hanging out, having a good time. And all at once you hear, all hands on deck. All hands on deck to man your battle stations. This is not a drill. And you look up in the air and you see hundreds of Zeros shooting at you, coming towards a ship that you're docked in. What would that be like for you?
That's something that I don't know that I can even pretend to imagine, because I've never had that experience. In our job, we train for things that have some similarities with that kind of thing, but I've never experienced that either exactly like that or exactly like that in my job. So I don't really know, but it had to be horrifying.
I can't even fathom it. But so what ended up happening is the Arizona was hit with 4 bombs, some of them up to 1,700 pounds. And as everybody knows, it was sunk. What we want to talk about today, and it makes me tear up a little bit, but what we want to talk about today is one of the last 2 survivors. And I'm going to let Spencer introduce you to him. We haven't met him yet, but today we're going to be part of his celebration, we hope, because he turns
100 years old today.
So when I told my wife we were going to go do this today, she said, that is adorable, because my wife has this fondness for older guys, and I hope she's not going to leave me for them, but she just thinks they're the cutest people on the planet, and it's beautiful. Why don't you tell us about him?
The man that is being celebrated today, he's one of 2 remaining survivors of the USS Arizona. His name is Ken Potts. He was born in 1921 on a farm in Illinois, lived there during his growing up years, late in the Great Depression in the 1930s. He went and worked with the Civilian Conservation Corps for 6 months, and following that he joined the U.S. Navy, in part and not just to serve his country, but because jobs were scarce and he wanted a good job. And so for the next 6 years, he was in the Navy. He moved through the ranks. He was a bosun's mate. Bosun's mate is somebody who, on a ship, from what I understand, they keep all the anchors and the wires and the cables and the cords where they're supposed to be, and that's what his function was in the Navy.
Oh, I would not be good at that. That'd be like untangling the Christmas lights. Oh yeah, no, I'm not.
Yeah, you would be his worst enemy.
Yeah. Ken, first off, we both want to say happy birthday today. And from the bottom of my heart, thank you for your sacrifice.
And thank you for your service. What you and so many others did for our country, we can't adequately repay.
So we filmed in this room on purpose because these are the times that try men's souls. We believe we're in that time right now, and maybe we are. But I promise you the people in that time, in 1941, felt the same way, which gives us all hope. We don't have to be in a world where we're doomsdaying it. It's easy to do. Remember, something negative, a negative headline takes about 2 seconds to absorb. A positive one takes about 12 seconds. And that's by design, but more than anything else, we owe these people a debt of gratitude. So Oliver Wendell Holmes put it best. And he said, referring to the Civil War, future years will never know the seething hell and the black infernal background of this war, and it's best they should not, for the real war will never be put in the books. There is no way, and there are no words that Ken can put in writing or even speak that would do justice for what he has done, what he has seen, and where he has been. And that 100 years should have all the respect that we can give him.
You know, just lasting and living a decent, productive life as a citizen for 100 years is amazing enough in and of itself. But Ken, on December 7th, 1941, he spent a lot of time getting off the ship, driving small boats around the harbor, pulling dead and dying men out of the water, taking them to Ford Island. He and so many others did things just like that in an effort to save as many as they could. On the Arizona alone, 1,177 men were killed. That's not the total, but that's just from the Arizona. And it was an incredible sacrifice of these men and what they did and what they experienced then and over the next several years to give us what we have today.
Ken, may God bless you and your family.
Very much so. Thank you.
Don't do bad things. Always do good things.